So even though smart glasses have been around for literally years at this point, they really are having a whole resurgence at the moment. And fashion is actually being used as the latest play by tech brands to try and get this kind of wearable technology to really reach mass adoption. Now, even though there is a lot of glossy marketing around smart glasses, there is also an equal amount of backlash as people are raising really valid and real concerns about how these products can actually harm and infringe on women's privacy, and also wider concerns about smart glasses becoming portable surveillance devices. Already, fashion is having a very strong but also contradicting response to this, so that's what I wanted to talk about this week and for this video. But if you are new to this channel, I'm Grace. I'm a fashion technology journalist based in London, and today I wanted to talk about what's going on with AI-powered smart glasses and fashion, and also more broadly what's going on with fashion and their surveillance state. So it is a bit of a crazy one, but let's just get into it. So the whole reason that I wanted to make this video is because recently there's been so much news around smart glasses, and really all of these big tech companies are marketing smart glasses through the lens of fashion. So the biggest example is of course Kylie Jenner and Meta, which is a very Gen Z fashion play with smart glasses. We've also seen a release from Snap Inc., and theirs is a more premium smart glasses option, but all of their marketing as well is through a fashion lens and a very editorial fashion lens. And also even this week we've seen that Gentle Monster and Google have released or revealed the latest designs of their smart glasses, and the campaign around these actually featured Anok and Alex Kansani, which is crazy. Now on one side, the response from fashion has actually been kind of positive about these launches. For instance, with the Kylie x Meta collab, this article actually highlights how there's been a lot of praise online about the new drop. So some have said that Zuck has finally got marketing right, while others are saying that smart glasses finally feel culturally relevant. Of course, I also have to reference back to my cute tech in fashion video, where I talked about how tech brands embracing fashion aesthetics is actually a massive leap forward when it comes to things like tech design, but also fashion design. Because if you think about it, it's giving fashion people the chance to really express their personal style through the tech that they own and wear. And that is actually a really positive thing. But for every comment praising these Gen Z tech plays, there is a equal amount of comments like really raising genuinely scary concerns. For example, just looking at a handful of the tens of thousands of comments that were left on this video that was posted on Vogue's main Instagram channel, people were saying things like, yay, surveillance capitalism Barbie, should be illegal, let's call them what they are, harassment and sexual assault glasses. Someone else said, hi Vogue, no one cares about her, or the mass surveillance glasses. And honestly, there were just so many other comments like this. Now, a lot of these comments are actually referring to the growing amount of news stories around how AI smart glasses are being used against women. So recording them and then putting that footage online without their consent. And of course, this is a very harmful and concerning use of this technology. And it is one of the reasons why smart glasses are getting a lot of backlash. But also more broadly, the comments are also highlighting this growing concern around the surveillance state. Honestly, even though I did have like a basic understanding or a very surface level understanding about surveillance concerns generally, reading these comments and then looking into it further really like revealed to me how concerned people are about surveillance culture and all of these things that are going on. And it also did really open my eyes to just how worrying all of this can be. This Guardian article that I found specifically really outlines and explains surveillance concerns in a really interesting way, so I really highly recommend reading this. But I also found this blog post from the Birmingham City University, and again I think that they explain all of the concerns around surveillance in a really digestible way, and they also link it specifically to Meta's smart glasses. So I'm just going to read some text from this blog post. On the privacy debate specifically, it says that one of the biggest concerns around new glasses is how easily they allow someone someone to capture audio or video of the people around them. It says there is an LED light that indicates when the camera is on, but critics argue that this is too subtle to offer meaningful notice. The problem is, most people have no idea they're being recorded. It goes on to say that the risk, however, goes beyond just everyday filming. Meta's glasses can feed images and audio into AI tools. So AI can transcribe conversations, identify objects, and in some cases help link footage with information found online. Therefore, the jump from smart accessory to portable surveillance device becomes surprisingly small. It says for organizations, governments, and regulators, all of this obviously raises very difficult questions ranging from consent to privacy data. And these concerns obviously aren't new, but making wearable AI both affordable and discreet has made these concerns far more urgent. In terms of fashion's direct response to all of this, to be fair, Vogue has actually put out a really great piece in response to the surveillance AI glasses backlash. And I think it was titled, "Do Smart Glasses Have a Surveillance Problem?" which I really recommend going to read. Basically in the piece, the writer Amy O'Brien explains how experts are saying that consumers are actually a lot more aware of the dangers of AI smart glasses than tech companies actually may think. Therefore, fashion brands who are considering partnering with tech brands to design their own kind of smart glasses should actually consider that and should consider the backlash that they may get from consumers. The piece also explains how surveillance is not a sexy topic, and big tech brands like Meta and Google have very ambiguous responses to privacy concerns, if they even have a response to all of this at all. However, what actually stood out to me most about this piece is that Amy also shines a light on a lesser known smart eyewear brand called Even Realities, and they're trying to combat all of the surveillance concerns by creating like fashionable, stylish smart eyewear, but without a built-in camera. For example, Amy explains how Even Realities forego cameras altogether in a bid to prioritize privacy, instead using a transparent heads-up display to deliver the capabilities of Meta and Snap's glasses, so like the AI-powered translation, navigation, notifications, and note-taking. Rather than focusing on ambient data collection via inbuilt cameras like how Meta, Google, and Snap's versions do, the CEO of Even Realities, Will Wang, is convinced that the capability that will make AI smart glasses reach mass adoption is an interface of useful software that consumers can access via an optical display. It is still worth noting that these glasses do have a microphone, and this is so that the user can activate the Even Realities AI assistant, but the user still can't take calls, and apparently, according to the CEO, you can't record someone else's voice, and the audio files can't be saved off the device as well. Of course, not having a camera is a good first response to all of this, but my gut take on it is that the audio feature will still cause a lot of concern and backlash, and also just the sheer amount of concern there is around smart glasses and also the AI capabilities. I just think that there's no way that they're going to reach mass adoption until there are more serious and legitimate and believable privacy measures in place. However, on the flip side of this, another response by fashion that I've only just learned about but really wanted to mention in this video was the growing category and the emerging category of fashionable anti-surveillance clothing. This could also be known as counter-surveillance fashion, but basically it's apparel and accessories that has been specifically engineered and designed to disrupt computer vision algorithms or facial recognition systems, and also thermal detection as well, which is crazy. It is honestly such a crazy concept, but it basically combines digital defense with streetwear to prevent the wearer from being easily identified or tracked or categorized in public spaces. What's even more crazy is that this could actually become a real thing and a real category within fashion. And interestingly, I saw that Vogue has actually covered this as well. For instance, Emma Spector wrote a piece titled "Can MIA's Anti-Surveillance Streetwear Keep Me Off the Grid and Looking Great?" In the piece, she explains how she got the chance to try out some products from Omini, a clothing line launched in 2025 by musician MIA, with the goal of safeguarding personal privacy and autonomy by offering items designed to block electromagnetic frequencies. The collection includes pieces like a literal tinfoil hat, invisibility trenches, protective t-shirts and laptop cases, and many other anti-surveillance pieces, all infused with a streetwear fashion aesthetic. Now, just like Emma says in her piece, I definitely am not saying that I agree with this or even think that this kind of thing is cool per se, but I do think it definitely raises some really interesting questions about where fashion and surveillance culture is heading in the future. Like, on one side, from what the media is saying and what marketing is showing, it feels like smart glasses are about to explode and reach mass adoption. But on the other side, it feels like they could never reach mass adoption because people hate them so much and are so scared of them. And then adding to this even more, now that people are creating new fashion pieces to literally protect themselves against this kind of technology, it is really hard to know what the future of all of this will be. So I guess in that way I don't really have a conclusion for today's video. It's more of a feeling of being intrigued to see where all of this will go. But honestly, like, I am probably a bit like creeped out by it all because I don't want like surveillance fashion to become a thing, because I don't want the situation to be so bad that people feel like they want to or have to use clothing like this, if that makes sense. Honestly, I am also really intrigued to hear all of your thoughts on this, so definitely leave your comments down below. Also, like, privacy concerns aside, I am still kind of making my mind up on smart glasses specifically, and I also want to continue like educating myself around surveillance culture and concerns without like worrying myself too much as well. But as always, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely do like and subscribe, leave your comments down below like I said. Remember to subscribe to my What's Fashion Technology Substack and the Instagram for it as well. I would really appreciate that. And until the next one, I hope you have an amazing day.